We talked a little bit about the nurse practitioner. I saw her business model and I loved how she did things. I saw her vision and I was like, this is what I've been looking for. Matt didn't quite see the vision.
It took me a minute to go, man, this is complicated and it's going to be a lot of work. Is this something we really want to do? I got convinced. And after about a year, we just saw that, yes, we can work together and we make each other better.
It's one of those things where I had to kind of take my ego out of it and kind of think what's best for the business. What is our overall goal? And it's helping as many people live a happy, healthy, abundant life. And we truly believe that. Welcome to Look Good, Feel Good with Matt and Amy McKinley, the podcast where we bring you expert advice and honest, real talk on health, wellness, and feeling your absolute best. From hormone optimization to aesthetics and everything in between, we're here to help you live your best life. Let's dive in. Welcome back to Look Good and Feel Good with Matt and Amy. I'm Amy.
Hello, and I'm Matt.
You're introducing it. Like that's what it's going to be,
Okay.
right?
So this is how it is working together in a business as a couple. So leave that in there.
No,
Leave it in there.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's show them how it's real. So yeah, today we're talking about what it's like to run a business as a couple being married, or even if you're not married, but yeah, that's dynamics that take place, what it takes, and how it's actually strengthened our marriage. So Amy, tell us a little bit about the dynamic.
So this is kind of behind the scenes, there's no filter and it's not always, sunshines and rainbows behind the scenes. We both have strengths. We both have our strengths. We both have some of our weaknesses. When it comes down to business, I'm kind of more of the visionary, and Matt really is a visionary too. But when it came down to the business part of it, it was just seeing what it could become, but not knowing how to put it together.
Yep. And when you're the visionary, tell us about the backstory. How this all happened.
I knew there could be a business made, but I just didn't know how to go about doing it. It was one of those things I knew without a doubt, like everything in my bones, that I knew this could work and I knew there was a need for it just to help people feel good and utilizing hormones, like hormone optimization. I knew there was a need for it because I had seen so many women suffer, and just working in aesthetics, we would talk and there's definitely a need for it. And even myself, even with experience with myself, there was a need for it. So when I knew there was something out there, and when I actually discovered it, when I was working, we talked a little bit about Lindsay in Wisconsin and a nurse practitioner there, that I saw her business model and I loved how she did things. And I saw her vision and I was like, this is what I've been looking for. So coming back, I was like, Matt, I know we could do this together. And Matt didn't quite see the vision. Took him a couple of times, but
yeah, it took me 2 trips out to Wisconsin, and we went to Detroit, another place where we learned a lot. But it took me a minute to go, man, this is complicated and it's going to be a lot of work. Is this something we really want to do? Because it's going to be something outside of our comfort zone, something we've never done before, not only starting a new practice, but running a business.
And we had never run a business before. I mean, like kind of our own. We had another business that failed 10 years ago.
Miserably.
Anyway, yeah. But it was a good learning experience. However, learning together, I always say this has been the funnest part, even though it's been extremely hard. I never knew if I could work with Matt. Like I remember even thinking, and I think with maturity, we've been married 30 some years. And I think
she doesn't even
yes, I
know.
do. It's 32 years. I just say with maturity, I believe we've kind of know each other now. We know kind of our quirks. We know kind of how we operate.
We're both very competitive in our own ways. I was always around athletics and became very competitive at a young age. And then even in school, we had some classes together. And then we had different practices, in different areas that we ran, and we supported each other, but we never really directly competed with each other. So like Amy was saying earlier, she really was the visionary that saw it, and then she had to convince me. But once I got convinced,
Matt became the integrator, which we have used different, operating systems.
See how she interrupts me when I'm talking?
Our business model has, we use what the EOS system, entrepreneurial operating system, is Gino Wickham's book called Traction anyway. Got a hold of that. Matt is definitely the integrator or gets things done. I'm kind of like, I want to do this and that. And
yeah, she'll come to me with all these ideas and I, sometimes immediately I'm like, no, that won't work. But then, maybe 1 out of 10, I'm like, oh, that's brilliant. That's going to be amazing. So basically, let's look at it this way. I do all the work. And I'm just kidding.
Yeah, whatever.
No, I'm the one that, kind of gets everything together, gets it organized, runs things behind the scenes a little more, although Amy does a ton of that as well. We both have these separate roles that makes it work. If we were the same, it wouldn't work.
And the thing is, it's even in business meetings, like when we have weekly business meetings, Matt will say something and like he'll roll his eyes at me, which he does often. And
I do not.
And I go, you rolled your eyes at me, dude. Like, really? And then he's like, no, I didn't. And I'm like, yeah, you did. And so anyway, it's kind of our business meetings are kind of interesting because all the girls.
Healthy tension.
Well, and the girls are all like, oh, here she goes again. And I'm, anyway, but those are the behind the scenes. And there's been some times where, I've, had it with him or, we don't share the same office, which is kind of good. But at the end of the day, it comes down to respecting each other.
Well, and we both have the same goal, and that's to help people. And we just bring it together that way. Something that we've grown together. And I honestly, when we started this, so little backstory, we had 2 separate businesses in our current business, the skin clinic and aesthetics and the regenerative and joint clinic.
Yeah.
And after about a year, we just saw that, yes, we can work together and we make each other better. We make each other way better. So we decided to combine practices.
But it was hard. I'm not going to lie. It was my baby. And then I felt like I was giving up my baby that I had built.
And she's given up a lot. I do not ever forget that. And I never forget that we would not be here without her.
It's one of those things where I had to kind of take my ego out of it and kind of think what's best for the business. What is our overall goal? And it's helping as many people live a happy, healthy, abundant life. And we truly believe that. And so with that mission statement and that goal in mind, I knew we couldn't do it separately. And so there was a wall between our 2 businesses. And I was like, the wall has to come down, honey. And of course we had just
literally a wall.
Completed construction and
yes, this would be remodel number 2.
Well, but it had the wall,
my hair out. You can see, right?
The wall had to come down in order for us to be one. Yeah. I felt like it couldn't be one. Our team couldn't be one. It was always like Amy's side, Matt's side, and it just didn't feel right if we were going to be one. And then we're still making pivots and still making changes in our business. And as a husband and wife, at night we go home and talk about business sometimes too. And
it's been really cool to bring our relationship closer together because, like Amy said, we talk business a lot, but we both love it. So if she hated it and I loved it or vice versa, I don't think this would work. We've talked to a lot of couples that are like, no, there's no way we could do that. And we kind of felt that way when we started. But after a short time, we had this new vision of, man, working together, 2 is much better than 1. And we can help way more people with 2 of us rather than 1.
I agree. And so, not saying that it's been easy, but like Matt said, I think we work better together. And, we each bring something to the table. I definitely have my strength and Matt has his strengths.
Well, it also helps. It helps a lot that we have fun. I think if you only do business, there may be a few couples out there like Alex and Layla or Mosi. We respect them. But that isn't how we would choose to live our life from the standpoint. And Alex even says this. He would rather be working all the time than go on vacation, and that's great.
Well, the thing is, even when we go on vacation, we're talking business.
Yeah, we're talking business. But
it's not like we ever let it go.
My point was, it's good to relax, too. It's good to have fun together. It's good to spend time on the river together. It's good to go on vacation together. It's good to, basically, we do everything together. I don't think either one of us has a lot of friends. We have some good friends, but honestly, if I have a free Saturday, I would rather spend it with her than anyone else. That's where I get my happiness.
Like Matt was saying, we do talk business a lot, and I think we have the same goals and the same vision of where we want to go and what we want to do. And like I said, our ultimate goal is to help as many people as we can.
Yeah, I felt like before we combined that we were both rowing a boat in the same direction. But now I feel like we're both in the same boat rowing in the same direction. And we go way faster that way.
Yeah.
Accomplish way more.
Yeah. And I think, there's been some days where I've had to walk out of the office because I was angry. And there's a lot of times where I've had to okay, calm down. It's taking me some time. But overall, I would say it's better. And I think really learning how to run a business has been kind of the funnest part too. Even though it's been very hard and very difficult, having employees. And I talk to other business people out there, and they have employees that are like 600 or 700 employees in their company, and I'm like, I don't even know how to do something like that. But it's such a
growing,
thinking bigger, and I know together we can grow our company, and like I said, we're stronger together.
And we've talked about some of the stressful things, but honestly, most days are great. And I should even say most hours. I don't believe in bad days. I don't believe in saying, oh, I had a bad day. You know what? We all have ups and downs, but that's all the perception, or it's how you categorize things. Like, yeah, today, maybe we didn't meet our goal, but it was still a dang freaking good day. I got to work side by side with my wife. We get to make decisions together. We don't have anyone else telling us what to do. And that's been big because we've both worked in different circumstances. Remember my dad telling me when I was a kid, he said, if you can ever work for yourself, do it. And, as I had other jobs, I think about that a lot. And I'm like, man, I wish I could do that, but I don't know how. And Amy had the vision for the how, which was...
Well, and I didn't think, I had a lot of people telling me, you should go on your own, I'm like, there's no way. Like, I don't know how to do that. And I didn't know how to do it. And it was scary. And, I talked to other PAs, physician assistants out there that, are going into this field. And I'm like... work for yourself. Like, we have such limited beliefs that we can't do it on our own, that we have to work for somebody else. And you have so much more to offer.
Especially in the medical field, because now even most big private practices are bought out by hospitals or corporate. And so it's
you're working for somebody else and their processes.
See how she interrupted
and you don't have a say. That was the biggest thing I think that drove me crazy, is I didn't have a say on how to become excellent. Like, I could see what excellence looked like, and it wasn't what we were doing. And it was frustrating to me. And now I have a say on how excellence looks. And so we drive for excellence in all we do.
I love that because, we do. We drive for excellence in all we do, from how we treat people, how our patients get what they need. But we also are driving for an excellence in business.
Yeah.
And for me, that's been a rebirth. It's given me a lot of juice, and I know it has with Amy too.
Well, and it's been fun because I've seen Matt excel at this, and I can tell Matt's a really good leader, and this is what he was born to do. I tell a lot of people, I'm like, it's been fun to watch Matt become, this great leader, and just how fun. I mean, it's been your thing. Matt was talking a little bit about, we've had businesses that failed too, and it was hard. And getting into another business, it's like all those feelings start to kind of come back in. We were a business together, and losing everything, almost bankrupt.
You're fearful
and it
could
was
happen again.
Scary. Never want to go back to that feeling, but wouldn't give up that experience.
Trade that experience.
Trade the experience because it taught us a lot too.
Yeah, a lot of growth there. We would be happy to talk to anyone about our experiences. Certainly, we're not coming out and acting like we're the experts.
No, we learn things every day, and we're still learning. It's kind of one of those things where pivoting all the time just because we've learned something new, and we're like, what I'm trying to say is the process has been fun.
Yeah.
And it's keeping curious about how to make yourself better and staying curious about things. And it's just the process. It's the journey. It's been fun.
One word I would use to kind of sum up, when you run your own business, you have freedom. A lot of freedom that you don't have with being employed by someone else. So to me, freedom, that was probably my number one driver when
I remember you saying that.
This freedom.
It's true though, because you do have freedom to take your time off, go do what you want, make the decision, hire the people you want, hire excellent people. I mean, you have the decision making.
Yeah, I'm sure if you're an employee or even an employer, you've been frustrated sometimes about choices that other people make that affects you. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? You have the ability to take care of that now. Now, are you going to be right every time? No, we have definitely not been right every time.
Yeah.
But we have the ability to fix it, and no one else has to approve that.
It's been good. So anyway, I don't know. Do you have anything else to say or add? Or
I would just say, drop the fear and gain the freedom, because you will never regret it.
You're right. And even if you fail, you learned. There's never anything that you fail at, because you always are learning.
It's not losing, it's learning.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us today. Look Good, Feel Good with Matt and Amy. And we hope to hear from you guys.
Yeah, go get some.
See you guys.